Welcome back to Mind Pump TV, guys. I'm your host, Danny Matrenga, and today we're going to talk about setting you up for success with the overhead press if you either haven't done it before or you've tried it and you're struggling with it a little bit. All about regressions, where to start, and what to do. Let's go. So when it comes to the overhead press, right, there's a couple components we have to be aware of. The first is, obviously, we're working with a barbell. Anytime you're working with a barbell, you have some limited capacity and movement when you're talking about a dumbbell. Because again, you have to accommodate for a pretty substantial sized object. So one, you need a degree of mobility, but also you need some stability to be able to control the barbell in space. With the OHP, the goal is, of course, to press the barbell upward while maintaining a relatively flat or neutral spine without flexing too much through the thoracic spine. So we need some thoracic stability and having enough mobility of the shoulders to clear up overhead without bending, right? Whenever you see somebody lean back and look up, oftentimes what you're dealing with is you have somebody who doesn't have enough glenohumeral or shoulder mobility up overhead, so they compensate by flexing through that spine here or extending backwards like so, extending through the spine and going into that overhead position, trying to mimic where they think the barbell should be. So in order to, of course, progress this movement, I'm going to show you one of my favorite thoracic spine stability movements, as well as one of my favorite glenohumeral or shoulder mobility movements to help prep you better for the overhead press. Now, you can do both of these before you press, and you can do these for a while if you're not able to press yet. So they have a lot of application for a lot of different lifters, but without further ado, let's dive into the first one, which is a seated dumbbell Arnold press. All right, so the first movement I'm going to show you guys is a seated Arnold press. Now, the reason I am doing it without a bench behind me, right, just a bench underneath me, not the typical shoulder press bench people often use that has the back support, is I want to give my scapula or my shoulder blades freedom to move. And a lot of times when you pin back against a bench, you kind of limit the scapula's ability to move because you're pressing them into the bench. So in order to press properly, I need the best scapulohumeral rhythm I could possibly have. So the best way to train that would be with something like this. The other amazing benefit is I'm going to have to stabilize my thoracic spine with my own musculature. I'm not going to be able to leverage the bench. So I'll get some of that mid-back musculature firing up, which is really valuable when pressing. So from here, very simple. I'm just doing the traditional Arnold press with that small degree of rotation throughout the range of motion. And while I do that, I like to keep my core tight, making sure that I don't lean back and press out in front, and making sure I don't collapse forward like this. Instead, I'm trying to stay straight up and down, pressing through a full range of motion. If you're doing this stuff right, you're gonna feel it in that mid-back, right between the shoulder blades, into some of that lower trap fiber area. You'll still feel the deltoids. You'll feel all of that stuff. Now, it really nicely emulates some of the mobility and stability requirements of the standing barbell press, but you don't have to use a 45-pound barbell. You get to use dumbbells, and then when you move on to that barbell, you've got all that stuff primed, you've got all that stuff fired up, you set yourself up for success. Another movement I like to pair this with is a simple mobility movement, and we'll dive into that right now. All right, so movement number 2 is a bar dislocation. And I superset these two movements between the seated Arnold and the bar dislocation, either prior to pressing as my prep work or as a standalone analog to eventually press down the line. So from a moderately wide grip, about an inch from the end, I'm able to go all the way up overhead, come down and touch just above my hips, and come up and down like this. Now, this is going to take my glenohumeral joint or my humerus, arm bone, and the shoulder socket essentially all the way up and through a nice full range of motion. If you get stuck, that's fine. Work into that range that you can't go any further, then come back down, work back into that range again. If it's getting easy, you can move the hands in. If it's too challenging, you can move the hands back out. But really what I look to do is about 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions of both exercises, the seated Arnold and the bar dislocate, to prep my lower trap, mid-spine, back musculature, to stabilize the bar, to take a press through a relatively full range of motion, warm up my delts, my triceps, and then also something like this to build a little bit of tension into that shoulder complex, wake it up and get it going. Another great move you could do would be something like a face pull. You could do some external rotation work using the bar like this, just to open up the shoulder, which of course would help as you press overhead and you have to externally rotate to get to the top position. I love those two moves. Again, it keeps the dumbbells in your hand. It keeps you with some type of bar in your hand. Very applicable to the overhead press. Not a lot of fluff, but very effective. Thank you so much for tuning into Mind Pump TV. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have a great rest of your day.